Watch the call. It's coming from inside the house.
Yeah, the call is coming from inside the House, and we'd be wise to listen. A former Trump henchman who is seeking to right his wrongs has just issued a warning that he says is not going to get coverage on CNN, the New York Times, and definitely not on 60 Minutes. And he's right. They're not going to touch this one, but we will, even though he's warning that social media channels like Really American Media will be targeted next. So go ahead, hit subscribe before the Trump Reich tries to silence us with a major lawsuit. Because here's the deal, Lev Parnas just dropped a behind-the-scenes bombshell that is bigger than a lawsuit, he says, and he's right. In case you don't recall, Lev Parnas is a Russian-born businessman, and he was a key player in the Biden-Ukraine fake conspiracy theory that ultimately led to Trump's first impeachment. He was impeached twice. So why trust him now? I'll let Rachel Maddow explain.
Definitely, not a Boy Scout, but that's also part of the story. That's part of what's so amazing, that he ended up in the White House, that he ended up being tasked to do something by the President of the United States. And when you layer on top of that what I believe is his genuine repentance, and the fact that his phone has terabytes of evidence about what all these people did, it's unlike any other story that I know of from the whole Trump era or from any of my time in covering politics.
Yeah, so Lev published an open letter on Substack last night warning that Trump has made it a goal to dismantle the First Amendment protections of media outlets because he wants to control the narrative in this country. And much like the rhetoric of Joseph Stalin or Adolf Hitler, he has dubbed the media the enemy of the people. And I know that's nothing new. But the new part is Lev is trying to warn us that, yeah, he is going to go after the big names like ABC. But his next step is to go after the little guys like social media influencers and independent journalists who can't afford these multi-million or billion-dollar lawsuits. So let's start off with the big guys. Paramount, who owns CBS, Nickelodeon, MTV, BET, Comedy Central, and others, they're trying to merge with Skydance Media that makes major motion pictures. This merger is said to be worth $28 billion, and it needs regulatory approval from the Trump administration via the FCC and others. And Trump is currently suing Paramount for $20 billion over that 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris that he claims was edited to make her look good. Now, that's a garbage lawsuit, but dictator Trump knows that he can kill the Paramount merger and scare them into doing whatever he wants. And it seems slightly obvious that if Paramount was going to just settle and pay him, that they would basically be bribing Trump, and that could actually be illegal. And reports are coming out that they're getting ready to do just that by paying him $30 to $50 million. Brings me to the even bigger issue going on here that Lev Parnas is warning us all about. A company like Paramount has deep pockets. They can weather this kind of storm and dish out money to make it go away. But you know who can't? This guy. And outlets like Really American Media and countless other liberal voices that you follow online. Lev is trying to warn us that his behind-the-scenes sources are now telling him that Trump is going to start targeting platforms like Substack and, you guessed it, YouTube. And before you even try to tell me that that'll never happen, let's see what the Orange Authoritarian has said about this topic.
I want to expand on the defamation lawsuits. Could you see moving that to other people with individual platforms, social media influencers, people that...
Or newspapers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I do. I think you have to do it.
I think you have to do it, he says. And here's the really evil part. Trump knows that he would likely never win those kinds of lawsuits, but he doesn't have to. Litigation on that level will bankrupt social media influencers and smaller platforms like Really American Media, and will scare others away from speaking out, intimidating American voices from holding truth to power. Authoritarianism thrives in the darkness, and without the media, both big and small, to shine a light on it, Trump will win this war. And just to add another layer of irony and hypocrisy to this, while Don Cheeto is trying to dismantle the First Amendment for those of us in the media, he himself has hidden behind it and used it as an excuse for his actual crimes, like the J6 riots. Here's his own lawyer making that very point.
The fatal flaw of the House's argument is that it seeks to mete out governmental punishment, impeachment, based on First Amendment political speech. Speech for political purposes is the kind of activity to which the First Amendment offers its strongest protection.
And he's right, by the way. Political speech deserves the most protection, and that's why Trump is trying to take it away. So what are we supposed to do about this? Honestly, the only thing we can do. Spread the word here, call your elected officials, get it out everywhere on YouTube and every other social media platform you're on, because I am telling you, the storm is coming. Support those of us that are part of this resistance, including you. In other words, get vocal. From the Vocal Minority Podcast, I'm Steve Harness. And no, not related to Lev Parnas. Our names just sound similar, and it drives me a little nuts. But check out our podcast, available everywhere for now, including here on Really American Media. And do not let anyone take it away from you.